right, looks like we're live.
Cool.
We're early.
That'll happen once, maybe twice.
Sometimes people rag on me a little bit late, like when I have a technical problem or something. But tonight I have technical problems that are so spectacular. I just went ahead and went early. Who all's in the house? Looks like we've got Thumper, Dan E. Boyd. Hey, look at that. 38 Racing. Hot Rod Garage. Auto Salvage Outlaws is here. Unfinished Project. Picking with Pickle. Cool. Glad y'all could make it. Yeah, we're early, so there's only 7 in here. And that's unusual. That means we're crazy early. Yes, we got the link pinned at the top. Mike Ivan's here. Mike Ivan, you came up in conversation today. Talking about converters with cope.
Hey, Buck.
We were talking about the A500.
And Thumper, you're here?
Twisted Dennis. Buck does it. So, guys, how do you like my only marginally improved bad setup I've got here? It's better than Friday, but only slightly. Yes, Thumper says the 38 will make it in a hurry. Indeed. My volume is low. It probably is. It's because my volume is reading off the phone. It's a mess. I set up here, so poor old Racer's been watching me suffer through getting set up a little early. But right now, we're you know what we're here for? 18 subs away, 38 POS Racing. He threw his hat in the ring early and said, "Hey, y'all, watch this," and here we are. It's the 500 night. It's May. He made it with 116 days to spare if he gets his 18 subs tonight. And we were talking earlier how you did it the right way. You did it with your own original content and just cool stuff that you're working on, and that's the way to do it.
Well, I'm just, shooting what I do.
Yeah, love it.
And if somebody wants to watch that, that's good.
So if any of you guys are not yet subscribed to 38 POS Racing, now's the time to check out his channel, see if he earned your sub. I got to say, I'm pretty enthusiastic about his. I went and saw it early, getting those fasteners out around the windshield on the 50 Chevy. I really liked that video. Of course, I like cannibalizing the van, all of that stuff. So the cheapest 59 El Camino, I liked all of it. Dan's learning curves here. Wendy English. Auto Salvage said he did it by putting out video every day. Absolutely, that helps a whole lot. So if any of you guys have any of your friends who enjoy automotive content, send them the link to 38 POS Racing. I've got it linked at the top. And let's just see if other people want to check out his channel. Because we want to see that 59 Chevy on the track in Sykeston. With the cruise to Lambert or whatever it is he wants to do.
I don't know. I get quite a bit of delay, John, now. Is that normal?
You do now? You're at 484. $24 subs until 500 for you? Because by my math, 38 only needs 16.
Yeah, 16.
Even if there's a delay, it'll work out.
As long as I don't confuse myself.
It's a delay like NBC, you know? Except on NBC, you'd never see a shirt like this. We will not comply with an AR.
That's true. That's true.
It's crazy. So the delay's coming from the input on my phone. Twisted Mopar says you'll get to 500 really quick now. Hey, he's been rolling all the way. We just always like to try to do a live to celebrate at the last minute for the last few. Yeah, one-eyed cat. I jumped to go on you. So 38. What do you have in the pipeline for us coming up?
Well, I'm actually going to get to work on the 59 here pretty soon. Um, the Corvair's coming out of the shop. We're going to give her a first drive this week, and 59 is going to be getting power brakes and seat belts installed because we need that. Get all the safety stuff to pass tech, battery hold down, and make sure there's less than 12 inches of rubber fuel line. All those details that will make it pass tech without having to go back. So,
Smart. Yeah, Corvair is a cool ride. Love the Corvair. Love the 59. So cool. Drop the link and finish. The link is pinned in the chat, Rich.
but the Corvair is pretty dang close for going for its first drive. I got a charging issue I noticed the other day, and other than that, I think it's ready to go down the road.
Don't worry about having to hear me, Dan. The volume might be low for me, but that's okay. As long as you can hear Racer, we're all good.
Well, I have a hard time hearing you too, John.
Nobody's complaining about not being able to hear me. Y'all hear way too much of me as it is. So enjoy having this technical difficulty this week. Take it when you can get it.
Yeah, Thumper. I don't know if the cops are going to appreciate that when we put them live when they pull us over.
Why not? You can buy Ford cops in the performance of their duties.
Seems that every time Thumper rides with me, we get an interview with a cop.
What well, you tell us those stories.
Say that again, John.
You need to tell us those stories about meeting cops riding with Thumper. I've not heard about this.
Well, we took the girlfriend's Astra out, and we were on a under construction highway, and we're just kind of showing him what it does. And a cop come over and told us we had no business over there, and what were we doing over there? And it's like, we got a problem we're trying to work out. We don't want to be in traffic for that. But we've done a few things that attracted their attention.
So how often do you see Thumper? That's interesting. How y'all are live pretty far apart. You're on opposite sides of that big body of water there, aren't you?
Well, he's actually from a town that was like 10 miles from my hometown. And we met way back when he was still in high school.
Wow,
And his
that's pretty neat.
when he was in school, my dad was his science teacher.
That's really cool.
Uh, Always got along. He's got stories of what first time he remembers meeting me. I was driving around town after it flooded from torrential rain, and I was running down the street plowing water, and car started to stall out, and I pulled it up into a parking lot, and he was there. It's like, I know who that is, though we'd never met because Dad's car is a 59 4-door and mine's a 59 2-door. So he heard stories about it or what have you.
Excellent. Been friends since 1985.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna drop out a second. You hang out with them, blank check, do whatever you want. I'm gonna switch over to my other phone so I think they can see it better. So I'll be back. Y'all hang
well, I
out.
guess I'll say hi to all you
I'll still be here, but I'll be back.
because we got Dan's learning cover. I still got an echo in my ear. Auto salvage and learning curve that was. Yeah, we got quite a few people here tonight, don't we? But yeah, the echo gets in my ear and it tells me about a second later what I just said. Yeah. Yeah, Thumper will tell stories about me, and I'll tell stories about him, and some of them you never should hear. So, Thumper, who needs to mute their YouTube browser? Since the echo's still there, it must be me, right? Okay. Now, if I mute it, will I hear John? Yeah, when I turn the earbuds off in my head. Well, that's what I'm on, Thumper. Well, all the YouTubes are closed on my side now. Does that help? By God, you guys got it figured out. Thank you. Yeah, first time doing this, so I guess I got a picture. That's good. 6%. Hello. Yeah, John's trying to recover yet from his crash with his laptop and the USBs and all that. Okay. Oh, hey, Barrows. Been watching your tutorials on editing and such as that. I have much to learn. Well, there's John again.
Yeah, let's try this.
Getting dialed in, John?
Sorta. All right. Now we're real time. This worked a lot better Friday.
I don't know what I did. Now I can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me at all? Should be able to.
There you are. There you are. That's better.
Yep, I'm real time again and everything. Let's get rid of that.
Thumper got me to fix the echo in my ear, so.
No. Yeah, we got technical difficulties, but here's the good way to get away from the technical difficulties. Let's get 38POSRacing to 500. You're a 487. 13 away. Wow.
Yeah, Thumper, you want to come in and tell that story? I was too busy running.
Chased into the cemetery by a small town bunch of kids left the doors open on their dad's car.
Yeah,
Wow.
I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's back when I could run.
I'm gonna mute my mic to try to minimize it, but we'll do our best. At this time, remind your friends to check out 38 POS Racing.
That would be good. I try to give you guys what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, right or wrong. And I always enjoy the comments. I try to read every one, reply to most all of them. Haven't had a whole lot of trolls yet. I've had some, you didn't do it right things, but they're not, I wouldn't say they're up to being trolls. And just have fun. And that should go for everybody who's doing YouTube. You should enjoy it. It shouldn't be work. Just going along. Yeah. And again, John, I can't hear you. You said you muted your mic. There, it's back.
Let's try that.
That's back. It's still got the echo in there a little bit.
Sound again.
I can hear you.
So to let you guys know what I'm doing, I'm using a mixture of the laptop and the phone, and it's crazy. So trying to figure out how to there's some combination that will work. I had it on Friday. I just don't know why I don't have it now.
The gremlins changed positions in the computer.
Yeah, they apparently do. So it's amazing. Turn one mic off. Well, that's the thing. I have a mic off. I sure do. Mute the mic on the laptop. I muted it in StreamYard. I don't know that I can. Yeah, it's all right. You're at 488. You're 12 away. So you'll just have that announcer voice trick going on.
In a large stadium. Yep.
I could try that. That might help.
Piston Hanks, glad to see you here.
That might have fixed it.
It did.
Because what I did there is I just went to sound on the phone only. Yep, there we go.
That sounds pretty good now.
Sweet. Might be even better now. Get rid of the hum from the speakers. I don't need them. Check that out. So now when I got to do a Gilligan's Island repair on my StreamYard, I know just how much I have to do. And you know what? It's 9:02. So we did all of our technical testing live with all these people when we don't normally do it that way. That's what we really wound up doing.
Well, there's a lot of guys in here who know what they're talking about. So
oh, yeah.
I'm not one of them. This
is a really smart community. I mean, you look in that chat, you see a bunch of really smart people in there. I got to tell you, of all the automotive communities on YouTube, ours takes second to none with the smart people we have. That's the truth.
And they're so diverse.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, the automotive stuff is bringing us all together, but their other lives are just so much diversity in
it. Yeah. It's pretty neat. It's really neat how much talent we have and how cool all the people are. And to me, that's just so important. But here we are. We're on time. What we did was I made a really annoying technical test out of the first few minutes of this live that we jumped the gun. But now the part where we're on time is reasonably bearable. Okay, Tony. So what happened is 3 minutes before time to go live on Friday, I go to turn on my ring lights, the same ring lights I've been using for 2 or 3 years. I turn the first one on, I go to turn the second one on, and the first one goes out. And I've uninstalled, reinstalled the drivers, restarted the computer, everything. I think I physically somehow blew a fuse or something, burnt something up in the USBs, the actual physical USBs in the laptop. I have some extras. They're sitting right over there. But it's just like, really, 3 minutes before live? And so during the week this week, I'm going to remedy that one way or the other. But anyway, it's what we have today.
And we've got something, so that's,
Oh, yeah.
It's working.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I literally switched phones up here. The other one has got some kind of problem. It doesn't, its processor works slower. I don't know if it's a lack of updates or what, but this one will stay live. This one will not. So fine, I'll stick with that one. Although that one had a clearer camera, whatever, it all works. We're 11 away. Long as we get to 500, we're good.
Yeah. Yeah. And Thumper, we're going to have to talk about that GMC one of these days again.
Thumper's is 115 days concerns me. Well, hey, man, you've got 115 days or 115 plus approximately maybe 365 if you're looking at 2024. But 115 days, clock in the calendar, wait for no one.
Yeah, you better not miss this year.
No, we all want to see Thumper there. Tony says, what a pain. Yes, it is. For a person who all of his content is live, yes, it is. Very much a pain.
Yeah. I got one screen up here with the comments on it and one with you on it.
Yeah, I've got weird screens going on too. It's nice when you get a system really sorted out and then you have to redo it, but that's okay. It's all good. I'm glad that Landon's in here and LNA and A Cove and Dust Devil. Dust Devil just subscribed. See, Dust Devil, you've been missing.
Thank you, Dust Devil.
Yeah, 10 to go. You're at 490.
Hey.
But you're one of the ones I knew like right from the get-go. Oh, this guy's getting his 500 because anybody that would drive that 59, the drive that you made, I'm like, yeah, a guy who would do that, he won't have any problem getting 500.
And I enjoyed every bit of it.
Getting that valve unstuck on that big block, I thought that was, and when I saw that, I said, this is good stuff. This is the kind of stuff people are going to want to see.
It just kind of inspired. I just decided to do that. I didn't to film that. I wasn't intending to do that, but so, hey, I got the camera here. Let's just see what happens.
That's right. Twisted Dennis, you got time. You definitely have time. I'm telling you. Buffdale Campo says, I'm here late. Buffdale Campo, I haven't been on time in 2 weeks for all different reasons. I see Damien with an E. Or Damien with an A. Where's the other Damien? Damien with an E. I haven't seen Mopar's Mustangs and Minivans in a while. Is he doing all right?
Yeah, he has been kind of quiet lately, hasn't he?
He has. Mike Ivan, the torque converter whisperer. See, as we talk about that this community's got so much talent in it, there's a perfect example. Well, first, there's all kinds of examples I could use here, but I'll just pick out Mike Ivan. Mike Ivan builds torque converters from scratch. Like, who does that, right? I mean, that's the kind of people in our community. We have a ton of talent. Buffdale Campo, all kinds of talent. Very smart guy. First Responder Garage, building his own custom 518 for Durango. I mean, this group here in general is a level higher than what you will run into at your local car show because, for one, they have to appreciate the idea of all the stuff we're doing in addition to the things.
And that's a lot of it, too, is the process to get where you think it might be finished or whatever is different for different people. They say more than one way to skin a cat and all that, but how everybody tackles the hangups of their build, because we're not, a lot of us are not building, out of the box stuff.
Right.
Yeah. That's where I like the ideas from that.
6% recycle says every time I find a new thing I have to fix, the days remaining get more worrying. The way that you make the days less worrying is to go out and hammer it and catch up. And here's something that I learned a long time ago, and I wish I could remember who I got this from, but I can't. And that is, when you have a list of stuff to get done, a list of goals and whatnot. Now, a goal has to have an action plan and a time, right? If you don't have both an action plan and a time frame, it's not a goal, it's a dream. When you get to the end of the day, end of the week, end of the 3 days, whatever that time frame is, whatever's not done, you take that list, you water it up, you throw it away, and you write a new list. Now, you can put stuff from the old list on the new list, but you never want to keep an old list going, because that's how you get into paralysis. And that's how 116 days turns into 16 days and maybe next year. Well, I get it. I get it. We can't do everything we want to do in 1 year or 5 or 10 or anything or a lifetime. But that said, all of us only have so many more maybe next years. And so that's why I put the number up back here. So this number is, what can we do with 116 days? There's things we can't, but there's things we can. So as long as you're always moving forward, as long as you're always making a new list, as long as you're always crossing things off of it, even if you don't get everything done, you will make progress.
I find it helps. I lose the list, so I got to write a new one anyhow.
You know what? And dead serious, there's truth to that. There really is truth to that. But think about it. There have been people, and I'm just saying this just in general, I'm sure there have been people who have had things sit on the back burner for decades. And now that we're all together, kind of holding each other accountable and doing this stuff together, they'll get something done. Maybe they get themselves to an event. Yeah, they get themselves to an event. Then the next year they come and they decide to bracket race in their daily because they have their subscribers. Then maybe the next year they bring their car. And then maybe the year after they bring it and it's faster. That's the whole idea. We just make progress on whatever it is we want to do. We make progress on it together.
And I find a deadline is very helpful for me.
Yes.
And sometimes I run into the problem that the deadline is too far away.
Yeah.
And I'll procrastinate until it's, oh, crap. And then you thrash on it. But, it's kind of like where my 59 is right now. It's not at all something that can't be done in 115 a bit days.
Right.
But I've been working on getting this Corvair going. And that has been more of my focus, is to get it back on the road. It's the father-in-law's car. And he's got 2 cars. He's got the Corvair and he's got a 62 Chevy. The 62 Chevy Biscayne is a 4-speed, and this is an automatic. And he had a stroke where he only has use of his left side, and he wants to drive, and he can't shift. So we're putting this together so he's got something that'll hopefully be more trouble-free.
Cool.
And we're going to see how it does.
Piston Ranch says 30 minutes every night goes a long way. Sure it does. Absolutely. 30 minutes is what, 1/48 of your entire day? So yeah, that goes a long way. 6 more to go. You're at 494. Thumper says Jocko Wilnick. That's that he was a SEAL. Made a video about that. Yeah, I don't know. I know that his big thing, I was thinking, was getting up at crazy o'clock in the morning every day. I think he likes to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning every day or something. Max Wedge, Dick Dastardly, Rich Rusnick's here. Good to see you. Max Wedge, Dick Dastardly, are you subscribed to 38POS Racing? Are your friends? Have you shared the link? Because Racer here only needs 6 more subscribers, and he's going to punch his ticket to the 2nd annual No Name Nationals.
You were talking about getting things done, and Piston Ranch said, half an hour an evening. You ought to check his channel out on some of the things he's doing.
Oh, yeah. All kinds of great channels here.
He's got a LS-headed 300 Ford turbocharged and a rat rod.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat.
He takes on some challenges and overcomes them. They're pretty dang cool.
So Landon is sharing 38 on other streams.
Thank you, Landon.
Yeah, just thanks. So as always, if 38 here, if Raycr earns your subscription, subscribe. And I say that with all of them because these guys earn their subs. Nobody gets anything for free. I'm not saying, hey, subscribe to them. I'm just saying I'd appreciate it if you check it out and see if they earn your subscription. And 38 earned mine.
And people taking a look at the content and deciding whether they'll stick around longer. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
Had one guy mentioned, I was checking out your work on the Corvair. I subbed, and he says, if it doesn't keep going on with what I like, I'm going to unsubscribe. And I says, that's fair enough. Go for it.
Really? I think I actually had a guy put in the comments one time, and I loved this. He said he made a comment on one of my videos. I wish I could remember which one it was now, but he said, "Man, this was really good." He said, if you keep up content like this, I might consider subscribing." And I said, "Man, I'm thrilled to know that I'm on the verge of subscription worthiness." And this is a guy with no subscribers and no content or anything. Like, yeah, okay. He's definitely a customer is always right kind of guy.
Yeah, we need more of those, don't we?
Well, look, our viewer, pool is from all over, right? And they're everywhere. They're all over the place. But one thing for sure is I remember the late James Yeager said this one time, and he was spot on right. He said, if you take advice from people on the sidelines, you will wind up there with them. And he's exactly right.
Yeah. Kind of that thing about those who can't do teach.
Maybe. I mean, some people have the heart of a teacher.
But the people who've failed are usually the ones to listen to.
Well, it's the people that we know fail. Because they're with the people who were willing to let you see it or admit to it.
Yeah.
That's true. The thing. We all fail, but some people carefully camouflage their failures. Some people don't even know their failures are failures and celebrate them as expertise. Those are the ones that are amazingly baffling.
Yeah, I know some of them too.
But, look, I mean, I've taught pistol craft for, I think this is my 14th year teaching handguns, right? I will demo for my students. I'll never ask them to do anything I can't do. Now, some of them are very talented. They might be better at it, but I can do everything I teach, right? And then I'll shoot matches. So if my students want to see me fail or not shoot as well as somebody else, they can come see it. I don't care. You can go to practice score and see where I finished anywhere. I don't care. You got to be willing to risk your ego. You got to be willing to let others see you being human and fail. That's just part of it.
It's real. It's real.
Yeah. You're teaching humility, and you're teaching that you are a student for life in addition. So what are you teaching?
Yeah, when you stop learning, they put you in the ground.
I want to learn every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Something I have never been into before. John Cope and I were talking about it Friday. I've never been into the overdrive section of the Chrysler transmission, 500 or 518. I've never been into the overdrive before. So we're going to do that this year. We're going to get into the overdrive, and we're going to film it and all that stuff. And I'll be learning right along with you guys. So
you're talking as the hard parts, the gear drives, the planetaries, and all that.
I've been all through the Chrysler torque flight stuff. I've done a bunch of them. What I've not done is the overdrive section on the 500 or 518 that bolts to the case. I've not been into one of those before. I've just never had the occasion to do it. The only one in the chat here who probably has that I can think of off the top of my head is Damien from First Responder Garage, because he just did a 518. So that'll be a different experience for me, and we'll learn about it together. And everybody, including Damien, will probably learn something because of me working on it with Cope.
Yeah, when you're along behind the master like that, you will learn something as long as you can.
You wouldn't believe. I was talking with Cope not an hour ago. You wouldn't believe what he's doing right now. He'll probably put up some community tab pictures or talk about it later, whatever. You just wouldn't believe it. It's like, no, yeah, sure, yeah. You wouldn't believe the real life stuff that he does and stuff that he works on for who he works on it for. It's like, wow, really?
And you mentioned, or he mentioned the other day, he gets an idea in his head and he starts drawing it out like he did that valve body he showed the other day.
Exactly. The dude says, I need to make a valve body for this transmission. He goes and gets a couple cores and orders a giant chunk of billet aluminum and just draws the thing out and starts hitting it with a mill. Like, and the thing is we have all kinds of talent like that in this chat. Max Wedge Dick Dastardly, he races and tunes. There's Buffalo Brian. He builds derby cars. That's an art right there. Knowing how to build a derby car to survive and not get killed in it. L&A Auto works in the trade. Turbo Tom works in the trade. Got all kinds of talent in this chat. There's Mohawk. Glad you could make it. One-Eyed Cat Dawn. Where are we with subs for Raycr here? Because I want to say 38 has got to be really close to 500.
Yep. 497, ASO says.
497. You're 3 away. Wow. You are 99.4% of the way from getting this.
Feels pretty good.
You've earned it. You've earned it. You threw your hat in the ring, and here's an important takeaway from this. 38 POS Racing. How many subs did you start with?
I think 7 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, something like that. You risked your ego right at the beginning. You registered, your channel's on the screen. You had to risk your ego and put your money where your mouth is to do this. That's a big thing that keeps people from doing what you did. But you made good on it.
You know, I went last year without a channel and had fun. And I thought, if I'm willing to do that and not be qualified to participate and have fun doing it, well, let's just throw the hat in and see what happens.
That's it. Dust Devil Garage says, take it from me. I didn't have my car done last year and still showed up, had the time of my life. So if your car doesn't get done or you don't get your subs, please show up. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So every registration includes a weekend pass. So if your car doesn't make it, you're only out of the difference in the cost. That's it. But consider that just learning and, whatever. Believe me, it goes toward the bills. We still have to pay for the track prep and the power and the barricades and the insurance and the EMTs. And so we still got to pay the bills. But that said, you still have a weekend pass. You are absolutely still welcome. But that said, everybody can still make it. Every person running the No Name 500 can still do it. I will personally help any of them. If you're a No Name 500 guy, you can email me, john@PrincetonDragway.com. Get in touch with me and say, hey, I'm kind of at a stalemate. I need to figure out a way to get some subs. Let me know. I'll help you.
And go back and watch John's tutorials from last year. I did that. I went back and watched them all, and some of them more than once because I didn't catch them all. And I know, John, you said that you didn't have a whole lot of participation this year in the content creator deals, but
yeah. Well, we'll do more. I didn't do one this month. It was Mother's Day. I just passed on doing it this month because the people who needed to be there the most weren't there. But that said, I'll do another one and we can schedule something because I really want to make sure that everybody who wants this has every opportunity to make it. And everybody can. It is not too late for anybody.
There's some of it you got to do the same work. You're just going to have less days to get it done to to get your sub count up and get your content out there.
You know something I actually thought about doing, but it will be harder for me because you guys are all used to seeing me live all the time. I thought I could start another channel and get 500 subs. Like I could start that channel today and I could have the 500 well before, because I would do the stuff that we tell you and we would get the sub. But the thing is, it would be an unfair advantage because everybody's used to seeing me and hearing me and things like that. And it would be an unfair advantage that they don't have. So it wouldn't be apples to apples.
Just need to get the neighbor kid to do it.
Well,
and coach him.
let me tell you, I can coach. I'm telling you, I'll call him out. Dakota. I gave Dakota an idea. Dakota went to a flea market or a swap meet or something, and he came back with all of this just miscellaneous stuff, like electrical stuff and odds and ends and knobs and doodads and bearings and switches, and just the catch-all, right? I said, Dakota, if you do a short on every one of those things, as mundane as they seem, you will have 500. And that was months ago. Now, will Dakota get it without doing that? Of course he will. Dakota's grinding away. He's at 280 some, 90 some subs. But if he said, do you think people would actually watch that? I said, I guarantee you they would. Guarantee you they would.
Some of the stupidest stuff you wouldn't really concentrate on thinking that this is going to get hits, gets hits.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I found myself watching the entire video of getting those trim fasteners out around the windshield of your 59 Chevy. Because that's such an identifiable thing, right? That's something.
All been there.
Yeah, right. We've all had to do that. And so sometimes it might be something that you don't think about or don't enjoy, but don't realize how relevant it is to your viewers.
Mike, yes, it does. It turns backwards.
So, and Barrows is pointing out he gave that advice to Langdon. Let me tell you, if Kim Barrows gives you an idea and says, hey, maybe you should try it, you should listen, because Barrows soaked it in and took off like a rocket ship. Mike Ivan's got a question for you, a Corvair question. Does the 4.3 in the Corvair run in reverse rotation?
Yes, it does. We use marine parts to get it to turn backwards.
That's so cool. So you're using like a marine cam?
Yeah, marine cam and marine cam drive.
I love it. I love it. You have to do anything different with the oiling system?
No, the camshaft itself actually turns the original direction, but they go to gear for the timing as opposed to gear and chain.
Oh, cool.
So standard oil pump, standard distributor.
I love it.
The oil seals on the crankshaft are not universal. They are rotation specific.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that when I first started working on this thing. And I came across it somewhere. Otherwise, I would have had a hell of an oil leak.
Well, Ron English says, I may register next year just to bracket race in his Grand Am GT. That sounds great. So, Ron English, your brother has set for you the perfect example of how to do it. It's called Get Started Now. Get started now. And you can register right away, but get started now. Get a head start on those subs. That's what Don did, and it worked for him. It was smart. Mike says the reason he knows that's from rebuilding converters for Corvairs. Okay, that's freaking smart. Thumper's asking, how many of those camshafts are available now?
It's my understanding I can sell a rusty pitted one really cheap, but that's about all that's available.
Huh.
The one I got, and John, you mentioned it too, on cleaning a little surface rust on it. It was a new old stock. It had light surface rust. And I called the company up about it, and they said, that is the only one. How did they say that? You have gotten the only one left in the free world. And he said, they'd certainly take it and send my money back and like that, but they don't know where the hell you're going to get another one.
Wow. Well, you could probably get one ground. I mean, I'm sure Professor P could grind you one.
We spoke a little bit about it. The cam blanks aren't available. It's a flat tappet 4.3 cam. If it was roller, that's still available.
Is the drive gear the same?
No.
Like,
Well,
so you couldn't weld the gear onto another core.
you mean the distributor drive gear is the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what they do on stuff where the cores are unobtainium. They weld as long as you have a distributor drive gear, they can weld onto another core. We talked about that for that DeSoto Hemi I have. I have a core for it, fortunately. Smoke Wrench is in here. Smoke Wrench, your time for a 500 live is getting close.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, I understand that. You're busy in Don's car's priority. Totally understood. Check this out, though. While you're helping work on Don's car, take some shorts and put on your channel. Get people used to your name. Get people familiar with you. You can do it, man.
Yeah, you don't have to have it. Doesn't have to be your car in the content.
Right. You should make your own content, of course, but
Yeah.
you can make your own content on others' cars.
Yeah. I mean,
Buff Del Campo is asking, do you have any video of the cam gear installation?
I might have some still. Yeah. I think there might be some around. Yeah.
Cool. Where are we with subs for 38 POS Racing? Since I'm unable to check at the moment.
3 away.
3 away? Okay.
There's still time.
Now, Max Wedge, Dick Dastry says they forgot to put the hump in the middle of the floor on Corvairs. So Dallas Brown's 63 Buick that he has, it was actually built on the Corvair chassis.
Yep.
So it has these weird front frame rails and long trunk and stuff, but it does have a transmission tunnel.
That's a speedometer cable drive on that one, isn't it? Transaxle in the back originally.
I don't think so. I think that no, I believe it has an engine with a transmission and a regular hump and all. It just has the front frame rails come up like a Corvair.
Okay.
I did a video on it. You can see the video on that car on my channel.
It was the early Tempest that had a transaxle in it.
Okay, could be.
That's what it was.
The only thing I remember about those cars is from my cousin Vinny.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. No, there's not. There's just about a 1.5-inch hump where the controls go down the center.
Huh.
Gear shift, throttle, your brake lines, all that crap go down there.
My mom's uncle had a Corvair back in the day. Neat cars.
They're getting wore out, though. That's part of the reason why we didn't stay with the Corvair engine. It was just, the carb cores are sloppy and corroded, and and there's 2 of them, so you got to balance them and tune them. And at one time, this Corvair had the 140 horse that had the 4 carbs in it, a pair of primaries and a pair of secondaries, and that was a treat to try to tune the airflow and such as that on those. A motorcycle guy probably would have had no problem, but not me.
Buffalo Brian wants to be the first to subscribe to Ron. Yeah, great. That's great. I was 2 Hacks Jeff's very first subscriber. Engine Light Garage, how you doing? Glad you're in here. So there's a link pinned at the top for 38 POS Racing. If you are not subscribed, check it out. See if you earned your subscription. All this cool stuff we've been talking about is on that channel. If you are subscribed, go ahead and send the link out to your friends on your various social media and whatever and however you do it, and say, hey, this guy would like to see if he can earn your subscription, at least earn the opportunity for you to watch a video, see if he earns it, because he wants to punch his ticket to race and participate. And however you want to participate, but you want to punch your ticket to the 2nd annual No Name Nationals as a participant.
I think I'm going to leave the burnout competition to other people.
Well, let me tell you, there are some guys promising to go for broke in that burnout pit.
It looked like it last year, so this year's going to be stronger.
we have Nate that has Blue Collar Performance, has the Turbo LS Pinto. He said, I have every intention of driving the Pinto into the burnout pit and pushing it out. So with a promise like that, all I'm saying is you go out, you got your work cut out for you. Hey, Ron, I read that about Wendy's van. We can talk about that later. But why don't you and Wendy work your channel and content together? That would be a good family building exercise. Landon says you've got it. 500. There you go.
Hey, there we go. Thank you, guys.
Yeehaw.
Thank you, everybody.
And I was 500 video proof. Look for a short on Unfinished Projects channel of how he got your 500.
I will. I will.
Andy says he thinks he was 500. Wendy English 501. Punisher Lamont. Look, they all come out of the woodwork. They're all laying in the weeds. So you're going to have 525 subs tomorrow because everybody was trying to get 500.
Thank you, Auto Salvage, Bear Rose, Smoke Rich. Yeah.
Yep. Congratulations. Congratulations indeed.
Yeah.
All the congratulations come in.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Everybody was pulling for you.
Thanks for participating and all.
Yeah, now you've got 504. We sat 3 away for 5 or 10 minutes because nobody wanted to be 499.
Yeah, I was all waiting for click on it after the 499 and it all stacks up. That's cool. Thank you, guys.
And Barrow says, very well deserved indeed.
Thank you.
You've made it. And I can't look at my phone at the minute, which is where I keep the list. And I think you're 11th to make it or something close. But, yeah, that's going to put Phil Landry. He is now running number 1. LNA Auto Works is right behind him. Smoke Wrench Garage is right on his heels.
Thanks,
and Hunter, Sand Mountain Ballistics, is running 4th.
Yeah, you guys just put content out, and consistent times is one of the things, right, John?
Yeah, yeah. You tell them. You tell them how you did it.
I don't know. I tried to be consistent with a long format, and I wasn't really consistent with the shorts, but I tried to get something out there. And sometimes I'll shoot shorts like the one last weekend of the Raycr art. I drove by, I had to circle back to go shoot that. It's like, hey, yeah, we'll just put that right on up. The shorts aren't the substance as much, but it sure attracts attention.
Yeah, that's true. I like that you have a balance because it makes your channel easy to follow. One thing about a channel that's built on shorts is it doesn't have as much of a following or engagement. It's harder to get that because shorts are harder to comment on from a phone, typically, that kind of thing. And plus, too, you're catering to people with shorter attention spans by default. So they have their pluses and minuses, but I like that you did a good mix.
Well, I mean, the longer format stuff is the substance because that's what I'm doing. And I'll throw some shorts out that pertain to that, maybe tease towards that. But the shorts are just the fun stuff.
Well, you've got it. You've got it. And no matter what the YouTube machine does tomorrow, if they pull you back down under 5 for a week or something, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're in, you're in. So
I've kind of been keeping track on the sub counts, and the last couple of weeks they have not gone down. I know in the beginning they were going, you could lose 10 as easy as you could get them.
Right.
But they were more consistent. They stayed.
But you stayed after it.
Yeah. This is cool.
So Buffalo Brian's trying to be the first to subscribe. All right. Rabbit Transit Jay's in here, says congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep, no doubt about it. Well, we've got mission accomplished. So
thank you very much, John, and everybody else.
You got just a few minutes. If anybody in the chat has any questions for Racer here, we'll go ahead, get them. If you got anything else for him, and we'll wrap up and let you guys get on with your Sunday evening. But we wanted to celebrate 500 together. And in fact, you were the first No Name 500 guy to register this year, I think. Or Tony, you were the second No Name 500 guy to register this year.
It was pretty early. I signed up. I don't know if it was the day you opened the link up for that, or whether it was the morning after.
It was awfully close.
And that was December 27th that you announced it?
Well, because I'm unable to look at my phone, which is where I keep the list of nerdy stats like that, and I'm having to go to the book, I may not be able to find it as quickly. I still could. I always keep a hard copy book because if my phone falls in the river, I can't lose the data. So you registered, I got it right here. You were the 26th to register, and you registered at 10:21:22 a.m. Yeah, you were 26, so you actually registered in the morning.
I was thinking it wasn't that night, but
well, it was close because I know that right ahead of you, Professor P was 20th, and he wound up registering at 1 a.m. because he registered at midnight Central. So we had about 20 people trying to be first. But anyway, yeah. There you
Ron,
go.
I agree with you.
I think I saw Bad Tree Blake in here, an Irish outlaw. But anyway, congratulations. Now you're in, and you don't have to run the race over again. But I hope you'll pay it forward and help the guys who still need to get their 500 in next year's class.
I will try. Some of it I'll tell you, don't listen to me because I did it wrong. But, it all worked.
Well, guys, we'll go ahead and wrap up and get out of here. So I want to thank everybody who showed up. You guys did some guerrilla marketing, and we got Racer over the top. And well earned by him. And thank you, guys. There's Dakota. Dakota, you're running 9th now. Spray the nitrous on that thing. You're running 9th. You're getting closer.
Just show us progress on whatever you're doing or whatever you're around.
That's it. Well, all right, guys. Thanks a bunch. Thanks for turning out. And I'll see you guys later in the week.
Thank you all. Thank you.